a spectacle. You were someone who started covering the Godhra riots in a very balanced way. Perhaps at that point of time, was the spectacle the way? Was the spectacle the way it is currently? Because I remember that another news person did mention something about a very disturbing incident which happened during the Godhra post-Godhra coverage. And it happened to be your experience and not this person's experience. Could you tell me, this is about Arnab Goswami saying that there was that he was at a particular place when he was not, and that happened to be your experience, and that was a very disturbing experience. Can you tell us something about this particular experience and how you went about covering Godhra?
I will again not speak about colleagues ex or present, but the lines as in book writing between fact and fiction are being blurred all the time. People are free to borrow someone else's experience as their own, that's their choice. But look, I think 10-15 years ago we had about 6, maybe 10 news channels. Today we have 400. I don't know how many Malayalam news channels there are. About 8, 10, 12 in Malayalam alone. So you have created a frenzied competition. And because of that, I think television somewhere lost its moral compass. You become a journalist because you want to make a difference. You become a journalist because you want to tell a good story. But now what has happened, and maybe this is true over the last 10 years, we have become the story. The newsman became the story. It's like a politician. The politician is supposed to do governance. The politician is not supposed to do poetry. You're supposed to govern in prose. Behind you're supposed to sign files, you're supposed to spend your time administering. You're not supposed to be on Twitter and Facebook all the time. Now there you have Donald Trump midnight, targeting his rivals on Twitter. Here you have our leaders also using Twitter and Facebook as their means of communication. So I think in Godhra, during the Gujarat riots of 2002, there were fewer channels. It was also, unfortunately, India's first communal riot in the age of live television. People keep asking, why did you not cover 1984? Was it because the Congress was involved in the rioting? I said I was an 18-year-old in college and there was no TV. If there was TV, we would have certainly covered it. According to me, Rajiv Gandhi and his government would have faced the same flag that Narendra Modi and his government faced. I covered the 1992-93 Mumbai riots. There was no TV. But I remember we were thrown out of a press conference by Sharad Pawar, who was then the defense minister, because we had done a story about how the army had been called late into Mumbai. So it's not as if 2002 was the only riot that has taken place in this country. We have had terrible instances in this country stretching back to 1947 of Indians killing each other. The difference is now it's in the gaze of the camera. That time there was no camera, so there is no memory. My memory, we wrote a book on the 92-93 riots called When Bombay Got. We were not on television, no one read our book. Today, because I'm on television, someone may read my book only because I'm a TV celebrity. Now, that to my mind is the difference. Earlier also, journalists have documented the 84 riots in great detail. They have exposed the role of Rajiv Gandhi and his government at the time. But this is not a zero. You're not playing a football match or a cricket match. That when I report one riot, you say, but why did you report the other? Any act where one Indian kills another Indian in the name of religion must be condemned. Whether it's in Kerala, whether it's in Kashmir, whether it's in any part of the country. And that's my job as a journalist. Now you are going to put me on a test and say, but how many hours did you cover something and how many hours? That's not your, I am a journalist who is in a particular situation. I land up in a riot situation. I didn't ask for it. I didn't stir the riot. I didn't incite people to kill each other. I just showed you the mirror. You don't like the mirror because your face in that mirror is ugly. That's not my lookout. That's your lookout. In the 70 years of this country's independence, or 72 now, no riot has taken place without the complicity or the incompetence of the government in power. You ask any police officer, if he wants, he can stop a riot. But it doesn't, it's not happened in this country. So we must therefore be open about it. Don't make it, we make everything in this country now Congress versus BJP. If you question the BJP, why did you question the Congress? If you question the Congress, why did you question the BJP? The truth is, both of them have much to answer. And we as journalists simply have to raise the question and seek answers. We are not the players, you are the players, you are